and share the live. Tap the screen and share the live. Tap screen and share the live. Let's see if I can do it over here. Hey, I Dream Promotions. What's going on, baby doll? Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. How's everybody doing today? Child, we're gonna see if I can make it on today, tomorrow, and Friday. Mm-hmm. We're gonna do our best though. Let's see. Let me set my little alarm clock, baby, because y'all know I'll be having to get out of here. All right, I gotta get out of here when it's time for me to go so I can stay on the schedule. Thank you for sharing our dream promotions. Y'all, please make sure y'all are tapping the screen. We got to get to our first 10,000 taps. We get to our first 10,000 taps, so we can go ahead and we can get to the learning and to the money making today. Mm. And y'all give me housekeeping, so I can test my delay. Give me the housekeeping so I can test my delay. Hey, everybody on the tube. Hey, everybody in Instagram land. Hey, ho. How's everybody doing today? So I'm so excited. I have a new external camera coming. My other one that I used to use all the time, y'all, it burnt to smithereens. But the reason I'm excited about this new external camera because, like, I'll be able to have everybody inside of one, right? And I got a splitter so that I can run the same sound card into the two different systems at one time. Now I'm just trying to figure out the best way to get it done without like an echo on one. Hey, Veve. Hey, Veve. Hey, Veve. What's going on? Hey, Yana. Hey, hey, hey. You said I'm looking gorgeous. Oh, thank you. Hype me up, there, boo. Hype me up. Come and hype me up. Come and hype me up. Okay. Hype me up. Come hype me up. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Thank you. Blink, 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 blink. Okay. Housekeeping number one, while everybody is tapping the screen. A lot of you guys ordered these 365 marketing guides last week and the week before when we had them on sale. I think there's still like 50 of you guys that we haven't shipped them yet. We will be working on that on Friday. Okay. Also, any of you guys that are trying to get manifestation mugs, this is a good week to order them. I think those will ship out on Friday as well. Um, and yeah, that's that. Remember, this is an annual planner. Y'all see all the tabs because it goes for a whole entire year. This is a guide that helps you figure out how much money you're able to make every month. We've been going through the business math, and we're going to keep going through it. We're not finished, okay? We're not finished. We're finally getting into like your daily content, right, with this strategy. So I'm super excited. So yes, we're going to be using the 365 marketing guide again today. Okay, we're using it again today. So keep that in mind. But I think it was like 45 or 50 of y'all or something that they still haven't shipped yet. I think we need to pull some more. So Friday, these will start going back out. So I'm excited about that. If you're trying to get one, whenever you go check, oh, hold on, I forgot to turn on my services plus one. But when you go click the link in my bio, you'll see where it says, oh, it says contact form on here now. I got to check that out. Anyway, you'll be able to see it says deal of the week. And that's how you'll see it. Service bio preview, boards, queue. There's a lot going on in here today. What is, oh, I don't know. Okay, there's new buttons and new words. There's new buttons and new words in there. I got to see what's happening. Also, I'm hearing a lot of stuff about like y'all know there's a new set of terms and agreements and algorithm change and all of that stuff that takes place on Sunday on TikTok. And so I don't know if I'm gonna be here or not. Okay. Word on the curve from a lot of people and some good sources. They're saying that this new algorithm that they implement is not gonna be just on content that's produced from Sunday moving forward, they're saying that the AI is going to go back through all of your content since the beginning of the time that you're a creator. And the word on the curve, they say those of us that do political content and we talk about some of the other things that's going on, they said that we may get so many violations that our accounts are banned by Monday night. That's what they said. So, make sure y'all follow me on the tube and on the gram, and the King actually on both of them. Child, I'm just telling. I don't know if it's true or not, but this is what the people are saying. I cannot confirm it, and I also cannot deny it. Okay, and we all know what type of content I put out. Like, as a matter of fact, Happy Wednesday, I will be doing a news update, baby, because there's been a lot of situations happening. Okay, a lot of bombs been floating through the air. Okay, in different parts of the world, and I don't know if y'all seen that Israel, baby, they bombed the people in Qatar for like no reason. hmm Big Orange and them had put together a summit with people from a lot of those countries over there, and Israel was like, "Yeah, pop, 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 we finna fire off." Yeah, yes, honey, and it's been a lot, okay. And then Russia sent some bombs into Poland. Yes, honey, that's what I said. We got to get a good update. We got to get a good update. And I'm be honest, I did not do a news update yesterday. I had intended on it, but y'all, I've been very unsettled with the amount of people that are defending the P3 DEOs in this administration. And then I went down the rabbit hole looking at all of the Epstein like drawings and birthday cards and stuff like that. And it was just like really unsettling for me. um Children are innocent. A lot of children can't defend themselves. And the amount of people that have always been like, oh, it's about the kids, it's about the kids, it's about the kids. No, it's not about the children. And they keep moving the goalposts, you know what I mean? Because they refuse or have the inability to hold, their faves accountable. And this is my thing. I don't care how much I liked you. I don't care if I thought you were a good person, right? If I find out that you do strange things to children, to animals, to women, to elderly, I'm not fooling with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not fooling with you. Uh, hey, Strawberry Hemp Life. So yeah, so you guys will get a news update this afternoon. It should be up before 6 or 7 o'clock. But yeah, there's been a lot going on in international waters, and of course, our news is not, reporting on it. So we need to stay abreast, with all of that. And I think the Fed may actually be lowering some interest rates this fall. So I'm not sure if that's enough to counter everything that's going on, but hey, they doing something. They're doing something. So anyway, long story long, I may or may not be here after Monday. I'm just preparing y'all. I am just preparing y'all. That's what the people. Hey Nina, that's what the people said. They said, baby, my whole account may be obliterated up off of TikTok. Okay. And y'all know, if y'all are not following me on YouTube, please follow me on YouTube. Uh, the deal is, once we hit 20,000 over there, we'll start doing a weekly podcast on the news and the politics, because a lot of y'all have been asking me about that for months. So, you know, gotta give the people what they want. Okay, but it's got to make sense. It's got to make sense on my side. If you're just getting in here, please make sure you're tapping the screen and you're sharing the live. Okay. You say you love your cup like that? Yes. A shout out to the manifestation mugs. Also, if we can get everybody in here to share, that would be fantastical, amazing, incredible, life changing, all of that good stuff. And if this is your first time here, please tell us your name and where you're from so we can all get to know you in the kingdom. Um, okay, so please, please, please. Oh, thank you for my roses. Thank you for my roses, sweet. Thank you, my love. Let's see. Thank you for everyone that's giving me a good thumbs up over here in Facebook and in YouTube land. I appreciate that so much. You missed the sale, girl. You didn't miss it. I think the price goes up. I think the price goes up Tuesday or Wednesday. I gotta look and see. Speaking of prices going up, for any of you guys trying to get into Black Friday boot camp, whenever you look under my deals of the week, or you can tap the Services Plus and we'll get you a link. You'll be able to get the details for Black Friday boot camp. Okay. There is a $97 track. So I've made it like super affordable for everybody. And then if you want to have access to work with me from now until the end of November, top of December, then you're going to go into the elite track for Black Friday boot camp. Okay. And I know a lot of y'all are like, Black Friday isn't until November. No, babes, you need to be thinking about Black Friday right now. The boot camp starts on September 30th. You need to be thinking about your Black Friday offer right now. You need to be thinking about how much it's going to be. You need to be thinking about your upsells, your downsales, your cross sales, and have all of that stuff mapped out. And then you need to be feverishly trying to build up your follower count faster than lightning. That's what you need to be doing. So that way, whenever you drop your Black Friday offer, you have a good amount of people to drop it to and you make that mignon. Hey, Glorious Locks, what's going on? Hey, Savvy Business Chick, what's going on? You said, listen, I was part of the Black Friday deal. Trust me, it's worth it. I underpaid and overvalued. Thank you for that so much, Rich by Proximity. I appreciate you for sharing that. Thank you very, very much. So yeah, we going in. Okay, we're getting even more aggressive this season. Why? Because I've already told y'all, as small business owners, people are looking to shop with you. They're looking to do business with you, especially the more and more people wake up to the current administration and people that are supporting this particular regime. People do not want to shop with them. So if they can shop with small business owners, if they can get a service from you, if they can get something tangible from you, they're going to do it. But you have to they have to know that you exist. You have to make yourself available. They said the class will help you think bigger than the new year too. Factual. Okay, we getting it together. Period. Pooh. If you guys are just getting in, we haven't started content yet. Right now, we're just getting everybody to tap the screen and to share the live so we can get to our first 10,000 likes. And we're going through housekeeping. I know this isn't the topic of the live, but will you talk about the TikTok changes coming September 13th? I mean, I've mentioned them here and there, Law, already. And to be honest, it's so many rumors floating around. Now I am inside of a couple of groups, but I don't think that they're telling the people that are running our groups everything. But the most concerning out of everything is that the new algorithm, they're going to be running all of your content through the algorithm, even your old content. That's what word on the curve is. That's what the word. I don't know if it's true. I haven't been able to confirm it, but I also haven't been able to find information to deny it. And so that's why I was telling them, I was like, baby, come Monday night, my page may not even be here anymore because of the type of content that I post. Like, they don't have a problem with my lifestyle or with my cooking content. They don't have an issue with my yapping content, but they definitely have an issue with my political content, even though it's the truth. I mean, y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know, like, there are people in my DMs right now apologizing to me about the things that they were putting underneath my post in the comments because they're like, there are so many things that you were saying. I just did not want to believe it. And they have actually come to pass. They're like every single one of them. Hey, Queen Niche. They were like every single one of them. Hey, Arian, what's going on, baby? They were like every single one of them has come to pass. There are people in my DMs right now apologizing to me. And this is the thing, like, y'all have to realize, like, we're not headed towards censorship. The censorship is already here. Didn't y'all see Zuckerberg sitting over there yucking it up with Big Orange the other day and asking him, like, pledging even millions of more dollars to him and asking him basically like what he needs? You said David Banner said yesterday, we don't want the truth. People don't. They get mad at people that tell the truth. And I'm like, why are you mad at the truth tellers instead of mad at the people that are committing the atrocities? You're mad at the messenger instead of the people that are committing the crime. It does not make sense. However, I'm going to continue to yap. Now, what puts me in the position to be able to yap and bring y'all the news and tell you what's going on? Number one is because I have my own business. And shout out to everybody who purchases a 365 marketing guide. Shout out to all of y'all that register for my workshops. Shout out to any of you guys that book us to do your medias or build your funnels for you, come into our mentorships. That is literally the reason that I can talk freely. Y'all notice I saw somebody and they were upset talking about larger creators not really sharing or talking about important things. Y'all do realize that some of these creators that y'all are upset with, that they aren't, communicating the way that you would like them to communicate. A good amount of them, their income is dependent on the creator fund, because there are creators that are already getting put out of the creator fund because they give the news and the information. And they, like, literally this week there's a slew of them that have been put out of the creator fund. As I said, it's only a matter of time before they pull my card, but I'm not afraid of it because I don't have to depend on the creator fund for my income. And I want y'all to try and put yourself in other people's shoes, and don't be like, oh, they're selling out. A lot of y'all, if your job came or your employer came and said, hey, you need to shape up or ship out, and you know that you are the provider in your household, you know that you pay the lights, water, and electric, you know that you buy the groceries, you know that you pay the mortgage or the rent and the car note, a lot of y'all would ship up. Right now you may start looking for something else, but in the meantime you're going to walk the line because you need to keep that income coming in. So and I'm not, let me be clear, I'm not defending them, I'm just trying to help y'all understand what's happening and how everything works. So some of those creators, because their money is coming from the creator fund, because their money does come from brands and sponsorship deals, because you got to remember, when you're a big creator, typically companies want you to be like a billboard. They want you to be blank. That's why a lot of your creators that you feel that y'all are infuriated about, that they're not saying anything about what's going on, they trying to keep their money rolling. I'm just keeping it a buck. And because whenever y'all purchase my guides, when y'all purchase my planners, hey, Custom Cakes in Atlanta, when y'all purchase my classes and stuff like that, that's the only reason that I have the ability to talk freely. I'm not going to lose my house if I lose a brand sponsorship. Y'all understand what I'm saying? I'm not, thank you. I'm not going to not be able to pay my utility bill if I don't get my money from the creator fund. And I'm not saying, you know, I'm not saying I agree or disagree with what they're doing. What I'm saying is I understand. And y'all are asking people to give up their livelihood, right? And the thing is, if y'all were asking them, hey, good hair, good body, if y'all were asking them to give up their livelihood and y'all were willing to kick in and financially support them, then that would be cool. But y'all are asking them to give up their livelihood without anything to fall back on, right? If all of the people that were like jumping down their throats about it were saying, well, hey, we set you up a GoFundMe, or we're going to automatically withdraw $20 out of all of our accounts every single month, right? So that way you have the income to keep. And then y'all ain't even thought about people that have teams. People that have teams, their team members pay their lights and their mortgage and their rent based off of the money that's coming in. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? I'm just explaining to y'all. And I'm saying this because a couple of people have sent me messages and they were very endearing. And I know that y'all meant these messages in the best way. Custom Cake Atlanta, thank you for all of my heart flexies. I know that y'all meant this in the best way, and saying like, oh, I wish such and such would, be mindful of their platform the way you are. Or I wish such and such would mention this or talk about these things that you're talking about. The people that you're comparing me to, we're in very different situations. Y'all have to remember, I'm a businesswoman who happens to be popular online. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Do I enjoy getting my coins from social media? Absolutely. Okay. Do I enjoy getting my check from the creator funds? I sure do, baby. Baby, I can't wait. I love it. Okay. I love it when I go look at my DMs and it says you receive money. Okay, you receive money from Facebook. You receive money from Zamcart. You receive TikTok sent you money. I'm not finna sit here and lie to y'all and tell y'all, baby, I enjoy it thoroughly. Okay, be a smile on my face every time I see it. Okay, I say, hey, okay, too much sauce. All right, but however, for me, that's additional money. Y'all understand what I'm saying? That's additional income for me. My primary income comes from my businesses. And so I'm a businesswoman who just happens to be popular online. I'm a businesswoman and I treat my social media as profit streams, so I'm able to generate income from them. A lot of the people that y'all are putting all this pressure on, they're not businessmen and businesswomen. They're content creators. And so now if they get too controversial, you understand what I'm saying? There are people that are panicked right now about this new algorithm that's rolling out. They're panicked because they're looking at some of the other content that they posted, and they are terrified and horrified that they could lose their whole entire accounts and lose an income stream that's supporting them or supporting their family. Does that make sense? Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So that's why I tell y'all, whenever y'all see my content, yes, share it, comment. Sharing and commenting do the most for it as far as getting it to spread so that people are able to see it. And then one of the best things that you can do for me, if you need one of my products, you need one of my services, you know someone that needs my product or service, yeah, purchase from me, right? That's what gives me the ability to be able to get out here and say the type of things that need to be said. But don't come down on the content creators that aren't using their platforms as a megaphone to talk about what's happening right now in the country, like from a political standpoint or a financial standpoint, because some of them, they can't. Does that make sense, y'all? And I promise I'm not making excuses for anybody. I'm just trying to help y'all understand. Someone who already has a business established and we're making sales from our products and our services, we're in a very different position from someone who's a 100% content creator. They do have to stay in line with the app because a lot of them don't have something in place to be able to still take care of their families. I hope that, and again, I know somebody's going to take this the wrong way or take offense or say that I'm, making excuses or justifications for them. I'm not. For a lot of them, it's not a plan B and they got to build it up. And y'all think about this. If your employer came to you right now and said, hey, you have to tighten up with this, I'm going to have to let you go. A lot of y'all are going to tighten it up. Now, y'all will tighten it up and y'all may be looking for another employer on the back end, but you're going to fall in line because you have children that you have to provide for. Some of y'all have parents that you have to provide for. Some of y'all, right? Y'all understand what I'm saying? Some of y'all have like bills that you have to pay for. And everybody isn't in a situation where they have like a spouse or a family member that's going to be able to support them. Everyone doesn't have a home that's already paid for and they only have to worry about the taxes, right? Everyone doesn't have a car that's already paid off. There are lots of people that use their money that they're generating from social media to put themselves and to put their families in better positions. Okay. So that's why y'all don't ever hear me like, hey Marianne, thanks, babe. That's why y'all don't ever hear me coming out here and attacking, my mutuals because they're not sharing the political content or they're not using their streams for it. That's why a lot of them, y'all will notice they support me. They share the content. You'll see them in the comments, right? You'll see that they're shared externally and shared internally, right? There are lots of, right. It's their active income. Exactly. That is this is the active income for many, many people. So I just want y'all to keep that in mind. And the people that do tell the truth, the people that we're the ones that are out there telling y'all what's going on, like a lot of y'all had no idea that there are humongous protests that are happening in DC. I'm talking about like massive, massive. The news is not showing it. Your timeline is not going to show it. You have to intentionally go and search it, and you got to misspell words. So if you didn't have people like me saying blah 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 blah, this is what's going on, you would know. So when you do have creators and you know what I mean, like we're tried, we're true, you'd have checked us, you know that the information that we're putting out is legitimate. One of the best things that you can do is to actually share our content. Actually, like you share it like to someone else, you share it to your stories. You get the external link, even if you don't have anybody to text it to, just the fact that you hit share for the external link, all of that helps. Comments help a lot. Comments help tremendously. Okay. So being able to comment. Those things don't cost any money, but they will, in fact, help the content circulate, right? And then, like I said, if we have products and services and you like our products and services, buy the products and services from us. Seriously. Because we have the ability to, like I said, we got the ability to keep on talking. We can keep chit-chatting and yapping because we're not dependent on the income that comes from the app to be our primary source of income. Okay. Does that make sense? Does that give everybody a better understanding? And why you guys are telling me if that makes sense or not. I also want you guys to say, hey, God, hey, because that's who gave me the gifts of business, beautification, hospitality. I've been able to use them to make a crap load of money for myself. More importantly, I'm proud of the fact that I've been able to help over 900 people create six-figure incomes. 182 of my clients have made $1 million in less than 12 months. And I have 6 clients that make over $10 million a year. And I have 12 clients that have had $1 million months. Okay. One of my other clients was in here earlier, and last night she shared that she has done her first $30,000 month. We were in our KE cohort training last night, and at the end of class, she was like, I have something to share. And I was so proud. And another one of my clients, she shared last night, Chef Key, that she has videos going viral on all 3 platforms, over 3 million views on Facebook. I think she was like close to 200,000 over on TikTok. And I can't remember how many on the gram. Okay, baby, we be out here getting money. Stop playing with us. Hey, Vic, what's going on now? We be out here getting money. Stop playing with us. Period. Pooh. That's what we're doing in these streets. So, but yeah, I don't know if Sean is still in here. She was in here earlier, but yeah, she did her first $30,000 month this past month. So I'm super duper 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 excited. Okay, super excited. Let's see. Also, outside of the hey, God, hey, if you are new here, I have 3 rules. Rule number 1, if this is your first time, don't let it be your last time. Make sure you follow, like, and subscribe. Rule number 2, if you know somebody that needs this information, aka they're a small business owner, they're a content creator, they have a side hustle, and they need more sales, they need more income, please make sure that you share and invite right now. Okay, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell a pimp, tell a player, tell a heifer, tell a hustlers, tell somebody your upline, tell somebody your downline, tell somebody with a dream, tell somebody you trying to put on your team. Blinkety blink, blink, blink. And if you're scared, tell the reverend. All right. And then my rule number 3 is if I say something and you don't know what it means, you don't know what it is, whatever it is I'm speaking about, do not be afraid to ask. No one's going to make fun of you here because you don't know something. Okay. Do y'all know that the majority of business owners that go under is because you're really good at your craft. You're really good at your service. You have a really, really good product or offer, but you suck at understanding business and operations and sales and marketing because those are skills. Okay. This is typically why big companies and corporations have individual departments that handle these things so that they can keep going. Right. So I get on here and I teach things for free that people charge thousands of dollars for. I teach them for the free 99. Okay. Lastly, if you want to stay in contact with me, if you use the services plus button, that little marigold button with the little white arrow, you can send me a DM. You don't even have to leave the stream, and you'll see my number, and you can shoot me a text, and I'll be able to send you a text message whenever I'm doing free live sessions. Okay. So that is that. Everybody in the kingdom, you know what I want to see. Ready, 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 ready. Let me see it roll through those comments. Over here in the tube, but can I get some likes, please? Thank you very much. Okay. I need y'all to like the stream. I see the likes on Facebook. I don't see them on YouTube. And if they're there, y'all tell me. Y'all know sometimes I can't see them and y'all can see them. Thank you for the readies. Okay. How many people have been here the last few nights as we've been going through this strategy to scale your sales? Wait, the best question. If you were here all of the nights, give me the number 1. If you were not here all of the days, give me the number 2. Because if mostly everybody was here, then we're just gonna get right into it. If some of y'all were not here, then we're gonna do a quick recap. Okay. Oh snap! We getting a lot of 2s. Well, hello there. Well, hello there. Hopefully you don't miss too many more, because right after this we're moving into Black Friday training. So yeah. Oh my God, it's almost all 2s. Hey, Deranged Hobo, long time no see, honey pie. How you doing? Okay, so first thing, what y'all need to remember, okay, is the difference between wishing and winning is a strategy. Get that in your mind. People that win, we have strategies, okay? People that wish, they don't have a strategy. So if you want to turn your wish into a win, we want to turn it into reality, we need strategy. A strategy is nothing more than a series of consistent and intelligent small actions. So I'm gonna take y'all through the consistent and the intelligent small actions you need to be taking so you can get to this money. Blink, 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 blink. Everybody got it? Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? If y'all picking up what I'm putting down, say, girl, yeah. Okay. Say, girl, yeah. Now, because we had now all the tools, I'm going to be flying through this because it's a recap because we got quite a bit to get through today before I gotta go to my real job. All right. Now, if you want this is in the 365 marketing guide. When you look under deals of the week, you will see that this is on sale for only $97 instead of $347. This also has a virtual training that comes along with this guide. Okay. So you get them both, just FYI. So for those of you that said that you just got here, the first thing before we even get into any content is we have to plot out our numbers. Everybody say math. Say math. I know math intimidates y'all, but the math is important. Business math is what you need. Hey, 6-4, what's going on? Thank you for my roses. Thank you for my roses, 6. Thank you. Okay, listen. You have to do the math. We got to do the math. You cannot escape the math. When y'all know the people say the numbers don't lie, that's really the truth. The numbers don't lie, okay? So the first thing you got to write down, how many followers do you have right now? Why? Because 0.05, so half a percentage of your follower count is typically what you can turn into customers over the month, okay? So that means if you have, right? So that means if you have 10,000 followers, you should be able to get at least 50 sales that month. Make sense? This is how what we're doing is called projections. So, hey, Mika Tax, what's going on? So, projections are basically when you're trying to figure out how much money can I make this week? How much money can I make this month? How much money can I make this year? Okay. You also will be able to look at your projections and they're going to realistically tell you what you have the capabilities of doing right now. And then you will be able to know how many more followers you need to get, how many more people need to get on your list, how many more customers you need to get so that we can turn those into customers and grow. Okay. You said you leaving too many on the table. If that's the case, yeah, baby, that's the case. I promise you, I've been doing this for a long time and I got a lot of clients. Typically, however many followers you got, you should be able to get like turn 0.5% of them into a customer. Okay. Now, because today we're going to talk about the actual content that you need to post to make that happen. Okay. But you got to know numbers, what you're aiming for. Then you're going to write down how many people are on your email list. And then you're going to write down what your email open rate is. You'll be able to find your open rate inside of your CRM. It's going to tell you what your average email open rate. It could be 12%, 14%, 36%. It's going to tell you whatever it is. You're going to write it down. On average, most people are around in between 22 and 30%. Okay. Well, let's be generous and say you got a 30% email open rate. Hey, Sparkly DM. Hey, girl. Hey. Okay. Then you're going to say, you're going to look at your open rate. You're going to say, what's 5% of that? So let's say you got, let's say you got 100 people. Okay. Let's say you got 10,000 followers. I normally teach my clients that you want to aim for at least 10% of your follower count to be on your list. So that would mean you got 1,000 people on your list. Okay. Now, if we got 30% of those people that open it, that means 300 people just open that email. Okay. Now, if 300 people opened your email, you're going to take 5% of that. Can anybody tell me what the number is? Yes, I know I'm talking fast because we're doing a recap. Okay. But they say it ain't me talking fast, as you listening slow. Nah, dog, I'm talking fast today. Okay. Again, I'm using the 365 marketing guide. That's where these numbers are coming from for the projections. Okay. Anybody tell me what 5% of 300 is? Come on, y'all. It's a round number. I know y'all know because I already calculated the number in my mind. If you gotta pull out your calculator, that's okay. Pull it out. $15. Very good. Very good. Yes, 15 is 5%. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes. Okay. So if we already know we can get 50 sales from our followers and then we can get 15 from the list, that puts us up to 65 sales, right? You said, well, carry the one, baby. Carry that one, okay? Carry it to the bank. All right. Blink, blink, blink. We're trying to carry all the numbers in the comments to the bank. All right. All right. So now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to say, how many current customers do I have? Maybe you have 20 current customers. Okay. Let's say you got 20 current customers. Typically, 20% of your current customers will purchase, right? Will purchase. Okay. So now, if you got the same thing and they need like a refill, or if you have a digital product, you may need to have like a next generation or some type of auxiliary or ancillary service to go along with it. That's a different conversation. Okay. You want to get into what you need to know for that. You need to book me for a one-to-one and I can tell you what that's going to be for you. But let's just keep it simple. Let's say you got 20 customers already, okay, from the past month. 20% of them, okay, are likely to repurchase from you or re-up again or whatever your new promo or your new thing is. Somebody tell me what 20% of 20 is. That's right. Law said it's four. That is four. So if we add 4 plus 15 plus 50, somebody tell me what that is. No, they're correct. It's four. Four is 20% of 20. Yes, the answer is 69. I'm just laughing. Mika, all of y'all have to type it out. It's hiding it. It thinks that we're talking about naughty stuff. Everybody drop what you have for lunch in the comments. Lord Jesus. I should have picked a different number. I should have told y'all to do 20% of 30. Child, y'all see what I'm saying? The censorship is crazy. 69 is actually the innocent 69. We ain't talking about nasty stuff. Child, what is going on? Mika, I seen when you put it in there, it showed it as hidden, and then it started showing everybody else that was answering as hidden. Out of control, okay? So let's say that you want to get 100 customers that month, right? Clearly, we're falling short, okay? We're 31 customers short. Okay, we're 31 short. So the easiest way to get those new customers is to be able to increase your follower count. Because if you increase your follower count, you're going to increase your list number. You increase your list number, you're also going to increase your sales, and it's going to give you more current sales for the future month. Okay, so now you see where we get down here. We're talking about CPF. A CPF is your cost per follower. You want your max cost per follower to be 50 cents. There's a few ways that you can get new followers. You can increase the amount of content that you're producing, right? You can change up the hashtags. You can start doing collaborations with other people. You can float around on YouTube and TikTok and hop on panels, and you can gain more followers that way. Or you can start running ads, which is one of my favorite ways. There's two types of ads. The first type of ads is actually going through like a TikTok's ads manager, a Google ads, a Facebook ads, that sort of type of thing. Hey, Divine Elegance, thank you for all my roses, baby doll. The next type of ads is going to be peer-to-peer. This is where we find other accounts on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook or YouTube, and they charge us a fee to post our content. Peer-to-peer is normally what's going to give you the better result, and it's going to give you a faster result. So a lot of times when y'all see people and their followers are going up by like hundreds of people or thousands of people or tens of thousands in a day, that y'all love to be like, oh, they bought their followers. No, they did not buy their followers. A lot of times we're smart and we will reach out to 5, 10, 15 accounts throughout the month, and we will have them post pieces of our content and ask their audience to follow us. So therefore, our average cost per follower typically floats somewhere in between 3 cents and 13 cents. Okay. Again, we're just doing the recap. Okay. So anyway, you're going to figure out what's going to be your budget for ads, what's going to be your budget for peer-to-peer, and we're going to figure out how many expected purchasers we're going to be able to get from this. Now, remember, I told you only 0.5%, only 0.05, half a percentage point of your followers will buy from you. I told y'all we're 31 sales short. So if I'm trying to make 31 sales, how many new followers do I need to get? If I'm trying to make 100 sales and my projections, you going through the map and you like, okay, because Ashley Ann, according to the map, it says I have the capability to do 69 sales on my own. I'm 31 short from 100. I need 31 more sales. Somebody tell me. Somebody that was here, tell me. Y'all know I told y'all the formula. Tell me, how many more followers do we need? And if you got the answer, put the math in the chat so your other cousins know how to get to the numbers. You said as many as it takes. Yes, as many as it takes, but there's a way that you get to as many that it takes. Your conversion rate is 0.5 percentage point. We're 31 sales short. What do you do with the 31 and the 0.5%? Somebody said 620. You put the wrong symbol in there. I know how you got 620. You put the wrong symbol in there. That's why I told y'all to show the math. 300. No. Let's see. Sia says 6,200. We 31 sales short. 0.5 percentage point is the conversion. 0.5 percentage point. That's why I said somebody put the math in. Put the math in the chat. Put the math in the chat. I need you to put the math in the way you will put it in the calculator. What they say, show your work. Remember we was in elementary school that says show your work? What's the formula? I'm gonna tell you the formula. I want to see if somebody that's been here in class can drop the formula in here. And if y'all need all this kind of stuff, get the 365 marketing guide. It's gonna help you with all of it. Show me. Sia, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, Sia. I just need you to show the work. I just need you to show the work. Because a lot of people get tripped up with percentages and they put the decimal places in the wrong spot, and that's normally how they get the wrong answer. Remember, it's 0.5 percentage point. Not 50%, 0.5 percentage point. 0.5 percentage point. 0.5%. How do you order the guide? You can either check out my bio, and it says deals of the week is up there, and you tap on it and you'll see where you can get the guide on sale for only $97, or you can use the Services Plus and send me a DM, and then we'll send you over a direct link to it. Either way, and that's the only way you're going to get it on sale, because if you go through my regular website to buy it, you're going to see it's still $347, because it's not just because you get the guide, but there's also training that comes with the guide as well. So the training part is virtual and the guide is physical. Law said 31 divided by 0.0005. That is correct, Law. That's correct. That's correct. Thank you. Thank you very much for showing your work. Thank you very much. Okay. Y'all remember, when you're doing percentages, you have to move the decimal 2 times. Okay. So if I would have said it's 5%, then it would have been 0.005, right? So when you move the decimal twice, you have the 5%. I got you. So anytime you're trying to figure out how many customers you need, how many new followers you need, how much traffic you need to your website, you're always going to take the amount of sales you want to get, and you're going to divide it by the conversion rate. Okay, the conversion rate is the percentage. So let's just do another one for fun, just so I can just make sure y'all got it. Let's just do another one for fun. Okay, let's say that I want to get let's say that I want to get 175 more customers during my campaign, and I'm running a weekend campaign. Okay, let's say I want to get 175 more customers, and my conversion rate, my conversion rate is 3.15%. I have a 3.15% conversion rate. Tell me how many people I would have to have come to my page, come to my website for me to make those 175 sales if my conversion rate is 3.15%. How many people I got to get to come to my site? If I got a conversion rate of 3.15% and I want to make 175 sales this weekend. Law says 5,555. Mika Finance says 5,555.56. Yeah. Cancerian Chronicle says 5,556. Okay, all of y'all are right. Cancerian is the most right though, because you can't, if you're trying to get a sale, you can't really deduct. So you always round up. So yes, I would need 5,556 people to come to my page in order for me to get those 175 sales, right? Now, I won't take y'all too fast. Shout out to everybody that's in KE cohort. They're about to understand exactly what I'm about to say. They know that there's a number inside of the ads managers that we track that's called a CPM. Your CPM means cost per thousand viewers. Okay. So if I know I need 5,555 people to come and I look at my CPM and I know that 25% of the people that view, I know that 25% of the people that view are actually going to come over, and it tells me, let's say it tells me that my cost per 1,000 viewers is $12, which is fantastic. Okay, fantastical. Okay, so that means to get 1,000 people to see something, it costs me $12, right? And I just told y'all that 25% of those people will actually come to my page. And we need 5,556 to come to the page. Can somebody tell me how much money I would have to put into my ads to get that traffic to my page? I kept it simple. I said a quarter, 25%. 25% of the people that see it, they actually will click over and come to the page. So the first part of that equation, if we know it costs me, right? If we know and I got to get 5,556 people to come to the page. You said less than $100. That is not the answer. That's not how this works. That's not how this works. Tell me how many people, okay? Tell me. y'all definitely tried that. He definitely tried that. Oh gosh, that was funny. Okay, that's not the answer. That's not the answer. Maybe you said we need a strategy. No, you need a formula for this. We are going to need a strategy because it may be partially you running ads, and you may realize like, oh, if I post 5 times, 6 times a day, I'm getting this amount of people. But let's just keep it simple. We're not going to throw in your content from your page right now. We're just talking about strictly the number. I need 5,556 people to come to my site so I can get these 175 sales. And I just told you, it cost me $12 to get 1,000 people to even see my post. And from those 1,000 people that saw my ad, 25% of them are gonna come over and check out the page. So the first thing we got to figure out is how many people do we need to come over and check out the page so we can get to that 5,556, right? How many people do we have to get to look at the ad? How many people do we got to get to look at the ad? Cancerian Chronicles, you're right. But remember, I told you we got to show the math because there's a lot of people here that confused. They don't know what's going on. But yes, Cancerian Chronicles, you're correct. Okay, it's going to cost us about $267 to get these 175 sales. Okay, it's going to cost us that. V Nizzle, you said I'm losing weight. Thank you for noticing, V Nizzle. Yes, honey, I got tired of looking like an Easter egg. No. Don't get me wrong. I like being thick. Okay, I like being thickalicious. I like being statuesque. I'm a big fine woman and very proud of it. But I don't like when my gut be trying to get bigger than my butt. I like being, I want to be big fine with a real small stomach and waistline. That's what I like. Okay, I like everything real big except for that stomach, them back rolls, and that waist. So I try to get on the schedule, for myself with everything I got going on. Hey, James Taylor. Hey. Okay, hey. But okay, so let's do the first part of the math. If we know we need 5,556 people to come to my website so I can get 175 sales. Hold on, y'all. My sister called me a few times. Hold on. Okay. Remember I told y'all, we said a quarter of the people that view your ad are actually going to go to the page. So if I need 5,556 people on the page to get these sales, how many people do I need to view my ad? That's the first place. How many people do I need to view the ad? Somebody tell me, how many people do I need to view the ad? A quarter. What is a quarter? A quarter is 1/4. So we're going to take, what we're going to do, we're going to take 5,556 and do what with it? You're going to take 5,556. What are we going to do with it? If it's a quarter is 1/4. That's right, 5,556, and you're going to multiply it by 4. So that's how we figure out how many people we need to view the ad. No, you're multiplying it by 4. You're not dividing it. You're multiplying it. Remember, only a quarter of the people that see your ad will actually go to your website in this example. So 5,556 times 4 is going to give us what number? What number is that going to give to us? And y'all don't be leaving because you're like, oh my God, they're doing math. This is business math. You have to learn how to do this if you're trying to make money and you're trying to be profitable, okay? And you're not, we don't want to be out here just throwing money around all willy-nilly, okay? Yes, that's going to give us 22,224 people. Now that we know that we got 22,224 people that have to view our ad, okay? We got 2,224 that got to view the ad in order to get those 5,556 to the website so we can get 175 sales, right? Now, I told y'all that it costs me $12 for every 1,000 people that view my ad. So what do we do with the 2,224? It costs me $12 for every 1,000 people that view my ad. We know we need 22,224 to view it. What do we do now? Somebody tell me what we do. Divided by 1,000? Yes, that is our next step. Cancerian, you're right, but you can't give to, we teaching in masses right now. Can somebody tell me why we're dividing by 1,000? Cancerian is correct. We're dividing by 1,000. Why are we dividing by 1,000? Why are we dividing the 22,224 by 1,000? Can anybody tell me why are we dividing somebody tell me why are we dividing the 2,224? Shanice said per 1,000 people. Correct. That is per 1,000 people. When you divide 22,224 by 1,000, what you get? Somebody tell me what you get. Give me the number. Some of y'all probably here like, child, we wasn't trying to do all this today. But you gonna do it. You won't get this money or no? Are you trying to get this money or no? If you're trying to get this money, baby, you gonna learn this. You gonna learn this, okay? Right. We get 22.224. We get 22.224. Now that we got 22.224, right? That's how many sets of thousands of people we need to see the ad. We need 22.224 sets of people to see the ad. And there's 1,000 people in our set. Do y'all understand that? Okay. And I told you it costs you $12 for a set. Remember, it's 1,000 in our set. That's how you think about it. It doesn't matter. It could be 50,000 people in your set. It could be 212 people in your set. It could be 11 people in your set. You just need to know the cost per set. Your CPM is the cost per set. Okay. And we're talking about in Meta and TikTok and Google, your set is always going to be 1,000. Okay. So now that we know that it costs us $12 per set and we need 22.224 sets, what's the next step? What's the next step? It costs us $12 a set, and we're trying to figure out how much money we got to come up with total to buy 22.224 sets. What's the next step? Yeah, it's buy it, but how we got to figure out how much money we got to pay to buy it. We trying to buy 22.224 sets, and the sets cost $12. Mika Tech said you do 22.224 times 12. That is correct, Mika Finance. That's correct. Mika Tax and Wealth Strategist. Chad, let me get your name right, okay? When you multiply 22.24 times $12, how much money does it cost us to get our sets? How much money is it going to cost us? Hey, Miss Real Estate. Mika Tax and Wealth Strategist says $267. Mika Wealth and Tax Strategies is correct. It costs you $266.68. So you might as well say $267, which is the original number that Cancerine gave. And I knew Cancerine was correct, but this is why I was like, we got to show the work. Okay. Where will you find your CPM? When you go inside of your ads manager, it's going to have your CPM, your CPC, it has a bunch of data and metrics. This is one of the reasons why I tell a lot of small business owners they should come into Instacorn Academy, because we teach them all of this. We teach y'all how to run ads. We teach you how to run the metrics. We teach you how to do your organic traffic. We teach you how to get your brand deals. We teach you how to get in the creator fund and all of that kind of stuff. It's a lot. And a lot of y'all, if I'm being, this is going to sound ugly, and I'm not saying it to be ugly. I'm just telling the truth. A lot of y'all could have been rich. A lot of y'all could have been stable. A lot of y'all could have been had money, but you refuse to spend the money for the training and the coaching that you need. A lot of y'all believe this lie that you're going to learn everything on YouTube, that you're going to learn everything, you're going to be able to Google everything. And a lot of y'all too, your egos are too big, and you think that your ability is bigger than what it is. And you just don't know, right? Because a lot of small business owners, if they understood, right, how the math part works to running a campaign, a lot of y'all wouldn't be losing so much money, and a lot of y'all's products would be priced appropriately. But y'all don't understand the foundations of business, because there's people online telling you to just wing it because they accidentally fluked into something, and a lot of those people that are telling you that, they're scamming. And this is why whenever you go and you ask them a question, they can't break down anything like this. They can't help you. Right? The reason I have clients like Sean in here talking about she did $32,000 over the past 30 days is because Sean is in my KE cohort. Mika Finance is in here. Mika is in my KE cohort. They've been working with me for months, so they understand the process of this. They know if I want to make $60,000 this month, I'm going to have to put 56 or 5,700 up. And these are the areas I have to put the money in so I can get my $60,000. They understand, oh, I'm going to have to double my posting frequency so I can get the reach I need with the new people. They understand the strategy of what they need to post to get the customers. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of people can't afford KE cohort. So I tell people to come in Instacoin. I literally made Instacoin because it's a small group, but I'm able to help in every area. Ask the people in Instacoin every Thursday. Am I in there every Thursday or no, y'all? I'm in there every Thursday. And if we in there for 2 hours that day, if we in there for 4 hours that day, they learn new skills, they get homework. And yeah, I'll be like, let me see your work. And if you didn't do it, why you didn't do your work? why didn't you do your work? So then when all of this stuff popped up with Big Orange in them, because my Instacoin Academy costs $24,000. That's only $2,000 a month, and it's well worth it. And you have me and you have success coaches in there. You have like modules, and you also have live trainings every single week. There's a human, there's always someone to get help with, right? I took the price all the way down to like $7,997 for the whole year. And I had people like rolling their eyes and sucking my teeth. And I told you, you're going to stay in the same position you in because you don't want to do what you need to do. Then I built something called Monetization Nation, which is a membership. The membership is nowhere near as comprehensive as Instacoin. Most people need Instacoin because the way that people learn, and most people need help from humans and people. And you need somebody like me to look at it and say, nah, baby, your math ain't right. You confused. Let me help you understand. And let me give you a way to think about it so you'll never be confused again, right? And this is how we apply this to what you have going on. Well, like when you break it down, like you spending under $700 a month to put yourself in a position where you can make $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 every month. So there are people that will do it and they come in and this is how you get people. You're like, how does that person only have 5,000 followers, but they said they made $12,000 this month? Because they come into trainings with me and we get them right with the products, the pricing, how to market it, how to roll it out, how much you need to be spending, what you need to be doing, all of that, right? And then the rest of y'all be out here trying to Google and YouTube everything. And I'm gonna ask y'all this, just the math portion that we just went through. How many of y'all that have been looking to build your business have found someone that will break down, this is the math and this is how it works to be able to plot your campaign out? Huh? Where they at? They not there. I know they not there because I be out there looking too. Most of them not there because they don't have the experience in business. Y'all have to understand, I have the experience in business and I also have a bachelor's in finance and I also have a master's and I also have a doctoral and I have been running a business since I've been 21 years old. I know what it's like to run a business in a soft economy and in a firm economy. I know what it's like to start and build a business to multiple $1 million during a recession too. I'm one of the few business people that get out here and teach. I've sold multi-millions in physical products, multi-millions in digital products, and multi-millions in services. I'm one of the few that get out here. I actually have Fortune 500 and Fortune 1000 companies as clients. And then I also have regular individual people as clients and they will come and sing my praises too. So a lot of y'all, it's in your mind. You're going to have to figure out like, do you want to stay where you at or do you want to get to where you need to go? Right. I had a woman sending me a Spanish Inquisition about this 365 marketing guide. Girl, we got it on sale for $97. And you don't know this stuff. Go and get the guide and get what you need. And if you don't want it, she was like, well, convince me. I'm not convincing you a shit. Excuse my language. I don't have to convince anybody. My resume and my track record speaks for itself. I'm not going to be going back and forth with you about you doing something that's going to put you in a better position. And I know you out here, baby, the math ain't mathing in that bank account. I know that bank accounts stay on zero or in negative a lot of days when it don't have to be. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not doing that. So sometimes people don't know how to take me because if you come and you're telling me to prove myself to you, I'm not going to do it. I don't have to do it. You coming into this live stream and knowing that you're walking away understanding something that's going to help you make money should be more than enough. You know what I mean? As far as the evidence or the proof, me having my clients' testimonials like pinned up to the top of my page should be more than enough. Some of y'all go and DM them and they be like, yeah, I really did work with Ashley. She not lying. Yes. And I'm a real person. And this is how much money I'm making. Here are my orders. And here's this and that. So I ain't proving myself to you, but baby, only person I need to prove myself to is the Lord. Okay. You said value was given today. Well, we ain't done. Okay. And yeah, my alarm went off, but it's a little bit more math we need to go through. And y'all in the recap. Okay. Y'all in the recap. Okay. Now, next thing, you got to look at what your revenue goals are going to be. So down here, once we know what the projections are, and once we know how we're going to get it, and once we know how much we're going to be spending, okay, you got to choose a lead magnet that correlates with your offer. And so now we can figure out how many units per week or per month we're going to be moving, okay? And we normally break it down to, we know the units per month, we go per week, and then we divide that by 7 so we can get the units per day. Because a lot of people, whenever you're looking at your sales goals, if you're looking at the goal for the entire month, it is very, very overwhelming. But if we know we're trying to move 100 units, okay, somebody tell me what's 100 divided by 4? Why did I pick 4? Because there are 4 weeks in a month. Somebody tell me what's 100 divided by 4? Quickly. Now y'all shouldn't need no calculator for this. This should just be in your memory. There you go, 25. Now if you take 25 and you divide it by 7, somebody tell me what the number is. Well, you can divide it by 5 or 7 because some people take the weekends off, but baby, I'm going to get my money. So it's 7 days a week over here. Okay. Somebody tell me what 25 divided by 7 is. Quickly. If you're doing it by 5, yes, it's 5. 3.57. So what does that mean? You need to make 3 to 4 sales per day to stay on track to get your 100 sales that month. Now, if I tell you need to make 3 or 4 sales a day, doesn't that seem a lot more realistic and a lot more obtainable than saying you need to do 100 sales? 100 sales stresses you out. But if I say, oh, you just need to do 3 or 4 a day, because one day you may hit 2, the next day you could hit 6, another day you may hit 8, the next day you may hit 4, okay? But we're averaging 3 to 4 per day. Does that make sense? So that's how you're going to set up your goals. And if you're going through the planner, you're going to go week by week. And so you'll have all of that set up. Okay. And y'all will see in here is listed in products and units. That's because some people have more than one product. Okay. Then I'm not going to bore y'all with the product by day. We already went through there. This is the next part that we went through that a lot of y'all missed, which is the marketing strategy. All of these at the top are a list of your marketing channels, and you have to decide which channel you want to promote on. And then we're going to put your source of primary content for that week. I'm sorry, for that day of the week. And if you're running ads, you're going to be tracking your ads and what your CPMs and what your CPCs are over here on the side. You said life in. I forgot to get baby, you better go over there and get that guide. Makes sense. Okay, now I do want to talk to y'all because we went through. I'm gonna go through these questions real quick because these are the questions that help you get your content. These are the questions that help you get the copy on your page. I have a feeling that us getting into this create and share section is going to be too overwhelming today with the math review. So this is what we're going to do. I was not planning on getting on tomorrow, but I'm going to come back on tomorrow. If I come back on tomorrow, it'll be around 4 p.m. If y'all don't see me around 4 p.m., you're not going to see me until after 10 o'clock p.m. tomorrow night because I have insight session for everyone that's in Instacoin. And that insight session is at 6:30 tomorrow. So it could, I don't know if it's going to be a fast night or a long night. Okay. I don't know. I don't know, but it's going to be, CSTM in the Central Standard Time Zone. But I feel like getting into this today, this going to be too much for y'all. We just went through the numbers. So let's go through though the questions you need to go through so that you have the content. Where's the guide? If you go check my bio, tap on deals of the week, and you will see the 365 marketing guide, and you'll also see where you can register for Black Friday Bootcamp. They're on the same page. Is it on sale? Yeah, it's on sale for $97 today, and then it goes back up to $347. And you get the guide, and there's also a digital, like a virtual training that comes with it as well. So it's a two-piece. Okay. So first question, you need to write down what's the product or the service or whatever your offer is that you're focused on. Okay. What does it do? Who does it do it for? And what are the frequently asked questions that you get around this offer? The frequently asked questions are important because the frequently asked questions are what's going to give you your guide for getting customers when you're creating content. I don't care what you think is great. It's what your audience thinks is great. If you're putting out content and you're getting a bunch of other people in your industry, it's not the right content because you're not getting to a customer. If you're putting out content and no one that would be a potential customer is saying like, they're responding, they're commenting, they're sliding into your DMs, is not the right content. If you're putting out content and literally whenever you put out content, you're getting people and they're like, oh, I think this is great, but I can't afford it. It's not the right content because you got the wrong target audience. Okay, everybody got it? Y'all picking up? And I know that's hard to hear, but I'm not saying that because I'm trying to be a BI. I'm saying that because it's true. Okay, get out your feelings and let's get to this money. Okay, I know as a creator we're sensitive about our ish, right? But you have to remember there's a real thing called a product market fit, and product market fit is simply saying, does my offer, does this offer attract the right people? Is it attracting people that find value in it? Is it attracting people that can afford it? Is it attracting people that find value in it, can afford it, and they will pull out their wallet and they will spend on it, right? So for instance, I was in here telling y'all about Instacoin. There were several y'all in the chat saying, I want to get into Instacoin Academy. If you want to get in Instacoin, use the Services Plus. Send me a DM and say Instacoin. I will get you the reduced rate. I'll get you the $7,999. You can do the flex pay. You can do the buy now, pay later. You can pay in full. You can do whatever you want to if you really want to come in. If people never, ever, ever enrolled inside of my Instacoin Academy, that would mean that my content is not correct and I'm targeting towards the wrong people. Does that make sense? It's as simple as that. And I know people don't like to hear that because that means that you have to adjust something as the business owner. That means you have to adjust something as the content creator. But if you're trying to get to this money, you're going to learn how to start adjusting. You sell by listening. You sell by listening. You sell by listening. When people are taking actions or not taking actions, baby, they're talking to you. Blink, blink, blink. They're talking to you. You understand what I'm saying? So if you are putting content out there and you get other people in your industry that like it and stuff, that means you're probably using the wrong language. You're probably using a bunch of industry jargon, and your customer don't understand what you're saying. They're like, oh, that doesn't apply to me. So this is why it's important to list the frequently asked questions. Now, I know somebody is about to ask me, say, Ashley Ann, what if I don't have a customer? Somebody asked me, because I know somebody want to ask me, because somebody in here, new venture, new project, you like, I don't have, baby, let me tell you, it's always frequently asked questions for everything. Always. It's always questions for everything. I promise you. Yes, y'all do what Vic says over here on Facebook. Keep tapping that screen. There's always questions for everything. If you're like, oh my God, I knew, I no one has any questions. Use a dirty lie. You are a dirty, filthy, disgusting lie. It's always questions. And the good news for you, every time one person has a question, there's at least 1,000 more people that had that same question. Okay? So first of all, if you can't think of any frequently asked questions, that means you're not really in tune with your target audience or your customer base, okay? And we're going to have to fix that. We can't fix that overnight now, but that means you got to become a better listener. Number two, if you're like, okay, I know that there are questions, and I know that there are people out there, but I don't know where to find these people. So you got some good sources. First of all, hold on, where's my phone? Hold on, let me show y'all. First of all, Reddit and YouTube are excellent sources because you can put in pretty much any type of you can put in pretty much any subject. And baby, I love going to the comment section. I don't even care what the video is talking about. I don't even play the video. I'm going to the comment section to see what people are talking about. Okay. But on TikTok, they have this feature that's called Creator Search Insights. And a lot of small business owners and content creators do not use it. And I don't know why y'all don't use it. This is like so bomb. Even if you don't post content on TikTok, you should get a TikTok page just so you can use this. Okay. Because the information translates across the whole like social media stratosphere, multiple platforms. Okay. So you're going to go to Creator Search Insights and we're going to tap the little red view. Okay. Now everybody's Creator Search Insights is going to be different. Mine has different things at the top because I have this is based off of my content and the people that follow me. This is TikTok telling me what y'all are searching for. So it says work from home opportunities, side hustles for beginners, digital marketing specialist is up by like 1,000%. Enroll in digital marketing courses, extra income, work from home jobs that start immediately, passive income for beginners, small business motivation. It goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. So let's go into side hustle for beginners. It's up 564.7%. I'm going to tap on it. Okay. It's going to show me what the search results have been looking like for the past 7 days. I'm going to scroll down and it says explore more topics. Baby, this is where the money resides. Okay. Now it says side hustle from home, easy side hustle, simple side hustle ideas, how to make money as a beginner, making money online 2025, online job site. It goes on and on and on and on and on and on with the list. You want to know what type of content you need to be creating that's going to get you a customer? Here it is. Okay. Now, they also will show you related videos. Okay. They will also show you related videos. So this one he has almost 50,000 likes on his 47,800. He has 1,400 comments. Y'all see I'm not playing this video, but what am I doing? I'm going to go through the comment section and I'm going to start scouring for questions. Okay. And you're going to go through and you're going to start going through the comments and you're looking for questions and you're going to write them down because you're not going to remember them. So you're going to write them down. So I don't want to hear that, like, bet not will nail one of y'all that's in here ever tell me again, I don't know, how to find the questions. I don't know how to find content that people want. It's here. Now, let's say you get inside of Creative Search Insights and it's relatively new. You also can search a topic. So I'm going to put skydiving in here in my search bar. And look, it pulls up a bunch of stuff around skydiving. So skydiving NYC, skydiving coming down, is skydiving safe? That's up 1,000%. Skydive means, skydive testing, what is skydiving like, skydiving edit, so let's go to is skydiving safe because it's up 1,000%. And again, I'm going to go down to where it says explore more topics. And now, skydiving bounce proof, how to not be scared of flying. Does skydiving feel like a drop ride? People fly, like literally, it's giving me all of my content ideas. Okay. And this is the type of content I can get to attract a person to my community or a good customer that I'm actually looking for. Does that make sense? Y'all pick it up, and you can search for anything. You can search salad recipes. You can search shoes for big feet women. Okay, you could search how to get rid of hyperpigmentation. Whatever, it's in there. So I don't want to hear anybody else saying I don't know, what to put in. No, it's there. Okay. Next thing, what are common challenges or problems that your ideal customer is facing? So when people come to me, and y'all have to understand, you got to put these challenges and problems in the words that your customer will use. Your language is important. So, for example, all the years that I've been helping people with build their businesses, build up systems, all that kind of stuff, no one has ever in their life come to me and said, Ashley Ann, I think that there's a bottleneck with my customer valuation optimization system, and I'm probably struggling with the product market fit and the presentation of it. No one ever comes to me and says that, even though that may be what the issue is. And if I did a whole live stream talking about customer valuation, optimization, and product market fit and and proper packaging, baby, there would be 3 people in here. Because most of y'all don't understand that yet. All you know is that I have a business and my business isn't working. I have an idea, it's not working. I'm trying to be a content creator and it ain't popping off. That's what you know, right? So when I write down problems, I post content and don't get engagement. That's a common problem, right? I'm struggling to make $2,000 to $3,000 a month, or I'm struggling to make consistent sales. That's a common problem. You picking up what I'm putting down? Now I may know that you're struggling with making the sales because maybe you don't have a funnel. Maybe, right? Maybe you don't, maybe you're inconsistent with your content. Maybe we have an issue with the colors and the images that we're choosing compared to the type of audience member we want to attract. Does that make sense? But you don't know that yet. You just know that you're struggling with making those sales. You know that you're struggling with growing your account. You know that you understand what I'm saying? You know that you're struggling with being able to attract the right type of person. You know that people keep saying they're interested, and when you send an invoice, it turns into crickets. So you're going to write down the common problems or the challenges that your audience is having. Okay. Then you're going to write down what are their desired outcomes. Like, again, these are common desired outcomes. A lot of y'all want your pages to grow. I get so many people, they're like, I'm posting and posting and posting. I'm not getting any followers. I'm stagnant. A lot of times people feel like they're shadow banned. We did a whole series on how to get unshadow banned, right? People come to me and they're like, I started this business 9 months ago and I'm not even making $1,000 a month. Okay, our first goal is to get you to $1,000 a month, then $5,000 a month, right? So you're going to write down what the common goals or the desires for a lot of people to come to me. Normally the first goal is $100,000 a year or $10,000 a month. That's normally the 2 top goals that I get. And then when I get people that are more established in business, they normally are coming to me because they are trying to get to their first $1 million year. So those are common issues, right? Those are common goals that my audience has. Do they know why they're not getting there? No, that's why they came to me. That's why you come to me and I can help you figure it out. Does that make sense? And your audience doesn't know why they're not getting to their desires or goals. They just know what they want to get to. So that's why they're coming to you. That's where your product or your offer comes into place. Does that make sense for everybody? You have to think like your customer and you have to use the language that your customer is using. So in order for them to recognize your offers are for them. Okay. Hey, standing on business, what's going on? Next thing, is there any specific terminology pertaining to this industry or this area of interest? And y'all, it's always yes. There's always like, okay, we were in here, what was it, Saturday night? We were just on chilling, and somebody asked me about some altcoins and crypto. And we started talking about just kind of common terminology and what they can equate it to, right? If anybody's doing anything in that industry, there's specific language. If you're in marketing, there's very specific language and jargon that we use. If you're in accounting, there's very specific language and jargon, right? So literally the answer is always yes. For whatever the area of interest is or whatever the industry is, I promise you, there's always really specific terminology that everyone inside of that industry or inside of that sub community uses. And so you want to write those down. Why? Because this is a way for you to be able to educate new people that are coming in, and it will establish you as a resource. It's very important to be established as a resource because people will feel comfortable around you to ask you questions. You want people to ask you questions because if people are asking questions, that's going to lead to money. Questions equal commas. You're in a dangerous position if you're going through content or putting information out there and no one's asking you questions. Baby, you're probably not gonna make no money. I'm just telling you. I've been around for a long time. Questions lead to commas. You want people to ask questions, and so we have to get people comfortable enough to ask us questions. You said I need to do my consultation. You're the GOAT. Thank you, baby. Use the little services plus button. Send me a DM. We can see what your goals are and what your current challenges are and get you matched up with the proper consultation. The three that we do predominantly, we have power sessions. Those are good for specific questions for small business owners, side hustlers, and content creators. We do social media audits. It is as it says, like if you need us to come and look at your social media page and tell you, what we need to change, what we need to tweak. Maybe you need a new posting cycle, stuff like that. We get that done for you. And then we have the laser session, which is an extensive marketing plan. And we audit all of your social medias. We audit your website. We audit your tree. We audit your offers, and we go through and give consultations. Those normally take 2 sessions. The first session is kind of like a learning and assessment. Then it normally takes me about anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks to actually put together a good strategy that's going to work for you. And then we have to get on the phone again for like another hour and a half or maybe 2 to go through the strategy. Okay. All right. Next. Can you show people how to do something? Yes, you can. It's always yes. You're going to write down what you can show people how to do. We're going to turn this into tutorials. We can turn this into workshops. We can turn this into pre-recorded long format. Okay. Because people love a tutorial and people love when they can pause something and follow along. All right. Do you have any photos, any videos, any images of anyone using your products, eating them, consuming them, reviewing them, whatever? You're going to collect as many testimonials as possible because real people with real results are always going to convince people to purchase more so than you just saying, I'm great. Okay, I can get up here all day and say, I'm great, I'm great, I'm great. One of the reasons y'all book with me and y'all buy things from me, on top of me giving valuable information like this, also, there's lots of people that are always in my comment section co-signing and telling y'all that they've worked with me and giving y'all their results and their experiences with me, okay? So, and let me tell you this, if you're brand new and you don't have a customer yet, there's 2 things you're going to do. You're going to post your back end. You're going to post you using it. You're going to post your results. And then in the meantime, you're going to go out and you're going to build your portfolio. You're going to find 3 to 5 people and you're going to give it to them for free 99 in exchange to being able to document their results or their response or their impressions about your offer. Boom. Now you got testimonials. Okay. Next. Can you find any articles about your industry, your community, your product or service? Yes, there's always articles. And you're just going to do summaries of these articles. You're going to tell people this is what's in this article, and then you're going to ask them a question. What do you think? How do you feel? Was this the right decision? What would you do? Blink, 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 just like that. And then you can tell them where they can go and find the article, okay? The next thing next, can you discuss or show any of the ingredients, any of your products, any of your tools? The answer is always yes, okay? So let's say that you are a person and you make, I don't know, let's say you make your own body butters or something like that. Now, I'm not saying give people the recipe, but you want to highlight specific ingredients. So let's say you use jojoba oil or something like that. So you may educate us about jojoba oil. You may say we use 100% jojoba oil and castor oil inside of our body oils. We use these carrier oils because, you know, they do XYZ and element of P. We source ours directly from the Caribbean, you know, such and such and such and such. There's lavender in our Sleepy Time lotion. And then you may take them outside and show them that you guys grow fields of lavender and that you source the lavender yourself and that it's not a process, that is all organic, right? Does that make sense? So literally when we're talking about like a property or a supply, you don't have to give people your whole sauce or your process, but you're just educating your consumer on this is, oh y'all, I'm over time. Okay, yeah, that's my 2:30. Okay, let me try to wrap this up real quick. You're just gonna try and educate your audience about this tool or that supply or that ingredient, right? And why you're using it and what the benefit is for the customer. Okay. I'm not saying give somebody your whole secret sauce. Don't do that. That's crazy. Okay. But we want people to understand that they're getting quality. Does that make sense? And let's say you're a retailer and you don't make it, you don't source it, you don't put it together yourself, well, then you can teach people how to take care of it. That's another thing that establishes you as a resource. So you can tell people how to wash it, how to hang it, what to press it with, what to evade on it, right? What they need to keep it in, what temperatures they need to put it in, right? All of those sorts of types of things. You can get that done. Okay, y'all, let's do Q&A real fast. Let's do 10 minutes. Let's do 10 minutes of Q&A because I know we went through a lot, especially once we went through all the business math numbers today. And y'all give yourselves a round of applause. Y'all did great with the business math. I know some of y'all was a little stressed, but y'all got on through there. Okay, last test before I get out of here. If I'm trying to make 265 sales and I have a conversion rate of 1.75%, how many people I need to get to my website? I'm trying to make 265 sales. I got a conversion rate of 1.75. 265 sales, I got a conversion rate of 1.75. How many people do I have to get to my website to get my 200? What did I tell you? Did I tell y'all 260 or 265? I think I told y'all 265 sales. We're going to say 265 sales with a 1.75% conversion rate because that's a realistic conversion rate. Somebody tell me how many people I got to get over there to that site to get them 265 sales. What about service-based businesses? What about service-based businesses? It's all the same. Everything that I gave you works for services. It works for products. It works for digital. This is the thing y'all got to understand. The general laws or rules for doing business, the framework is always the same. Now, the medium that you're selling on is going to shift from thing to thing. But everything that we went through today, it works for services. It works for physical. It works for digital. It works for hybrids. It doesn't matter. Just like, and please keep in mind, I've done multiple millions of dollars in services. I've done multiple millions in physical products. I've done multiple millions in digitals. It works the same. This is the framework of how you talk to your customer and how you attract a customer. This framework gives you your content that you're going to roll out. This framework gives you the copy that goes on your page. This framework gives you the actual benefits that you're going to be able to use to pull in the right type of customer. Somebody said I need 15,143 people to visit. You're correct, Sia. Sia, you're correct. We need 15,143 people to visit in order to get those 265 sales. For sure, for sure. Yes, y'all do it. Vic says, keep tapping that screen. When is the 365 marketing guide sale ends? Whatever the timer says on that page, Dr. Daphne, I think it ends today, actually. You said that's a lot of people. Not really. Not in the digital world. If you are running a physical brick and mortar business and you got to get 15,000 people in, yeah, that's a lot. That's a much bigger fee, especially if you only have one location. But if we're trying to get people over to a website, nah, dog, you can do that in a day. You can. I promise you, especially if you're utilizing ads. And then especially if you're using like retargeting ads and you're only like sending that content to your followers or to people that are on your list, no, you can get that done in a day. Especially once you go and look at your CPM, right? Remember we talked about that earlier, and your CPM is going to tell you how much money you need to spend so that you can get that amount of people to reach everything. How much do I have to spend to do that? It depends on what your CPM is. Kay created it. Remember, all they're all gonna have a different CPM and everybody's gonna have a different CPF. So that's why you have to pay attention to the formula, because for one person, their CPM may be like $10. For somebody else, their CPM may be $65, right? For one person, their cost for one group of people, their cost per follower may be 3 cents. For somebody else in here, their cost per follower may be 47 cents. So literally, this is why you have to look at your numbers and your conversion rates, right? For somebody else in here, their conversion rate may be at, that half a percentage point, and somebody else in here like me, I typically only sell things to warm and hot traffic, so my conversion rates are normally in between 4 and 7%, which are like, that's, y'all, that's crazy high. But that's because I do layered ads, which is what I teach my clients. So if you're seeing my cold traffic ad, I'm never selling you anything in my cold traffic ad. I just want you to come over and follow me and get to know me. Once we start that process, now I'm trying to get you to join the kingdom and be an active part of my community, right? So once you're there, now you're warm. I only make sales to warm and hot people. I don't try and sell to any cold traffic. It doesn't make sense. It costs too much. The acquisition cost of a customer that's cold is like 20 times more than that of a client, that of someone that's already warm to me or hot to me. So my system, like, the process takes a little bit longer, but it's more sustainable and I make more money. Can get what amount done in a day? Oh, she said the 15,000 people was a lot of traffic to get to a site in a day, and I told her it's really not. You just have to, this is why the numbers matter. So when people are like, oh, you don't need to crunch the numbers, they're dirty, disgusting lies. When you first get started and you're just throwing stuff out there in your business trying to figure it out, yeah, you're not crunching numbers because nobody has taught you what numbers to crunch. Like I said, most of y'all are floating around getting on YouTube or Google thinking you can free 99 your way into a multi-million dollar business, and it just doesn't work that way. It just doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, success leaves clues. And so for a lot of y'all, I told y'all, if you go to school or you take a course or you come into something like Instacorn Academy where you learn all this kind of stuff, you're going to do great. That's why those clients are always in here talking about how much money they're making with me, because they're learning how to make money. They're learning how to run a business. You just getting on here and winging it, and you may hit something and you may not, but you don't really know what your profit margins are. You don't really know what your cost per product is. You don't really know what your like labor per unit is. You don't know any of that stuff. That's insanity. The fact that there's a lot of y'all in here, when I talk about like what's the bare minimum you should be charging for a product, and I have 95% of people that cannot calculate that and understand why they should be charging that and why it costs this and how to be profitable, is a issue in itself. And I know that, somebody gonna get upset with me, but I'm just telling the truth. I'm telling the truth because I want us to win. Like, people love that statistic about how Black women are starting businesses at a rate 6 times faster than any other group in America, but our businesses also fail 4 to 5 times faster than any other group. And it's not, and a lot of people say, oh, it's because of the capital. It's not because of the capital. I started with $125 on a laptop. It is because of the education or the lack of education. And that's why I said a lot of people's egos are too big, and they don't want to acknowledge, like, you know what, I do need to get a mentor. I do need to get into a class. I do need to, you know what I'm saying? I do need to learn like the actual mathematical part of my business. The numbers do not lie. The numbers are a guide for you. They tell you where you need to go. The numbers tell you where you need to put your money and when you need to put your money in those places. The numbers tell you when you have a leak and when you don't have a leak. So you don't have to go viral to make money online. You don't have to have millions of followers to make money online. There are people that have 10 times the followers I have right now, and I earn 10 times more than them. But it's because I understand the numbers and I put together a strategy. What did I tell y'all at the beginning of session today? The difference between a wish and winning is a strategy. A strategy is nothing more than a series of a series of logical, intentional actions. That's it. So if you want to win, you will start saying, I have to learn these numbers. It's not, I know some of y'all are like, oh, the math stresses me out. No, baby, it doesn't matter. I'm just keeping it a bug. It does not matter that the math stresses you out. You're going, baby, you better go. I was about to say something inappropriate. I'm gonna tell you, you better go pop some, okay, before you look at the numbers. Seriously though, seriously. And this is the thing. Hey, Long Queen, it's okay to learn something new. It's okay to like be a beginner in some area, and y'all gotta get past the I don't like doing this because I'm not automatically good at it. And don't compare yourself to me. My brain is trained for this. There's another thing y'all have to understand. One, God gave me the gifts of business and monetization. Like I've been able to make money since I was a kid. Like even in junior high and high school on the clubs, I was always the person that came up with the fundraiser ideas and we would get to the money. Okay. I that is a gift. The same way some people can sing, some people can dance. God gave me the gift of monetization. I'm one of those people, everything I throw up, it blows up, right? However, I also have been formally educated in understanding finances and understanding business, right? So my degree is in finance. So I'm definitely going to look at numbers differently than you, right? And then on top of that, I have been a small business owner since I've been 21 years old, y'all. I have been a small business. I'm a dinosaur in the business world. I know I don't look that old, but I promise you, I'd have been here, done that. Okay, can write a book about. I don't know. I tell everybody I don't know everything, but I know a lot of things. Okay, when it comes to business and money, so you can't say, oh, she can spit that out so fast, or oh, she can put together an ad so fast, or oh, she can find the audience so fast, or oh, she can come up with a concept so fast. My mind is trained for that, and I guarantee in whatever your area of interest or your skill set or your expertise is, you will be able to outperform me in that because that's what you know. Does that make sense? And so that's why I say there's a lot of y'all that have really good business concepts, you have really good business ideas, you have really good page ideas, but you're lacking with the actual implementation of the business, right? You know the skill set, you know how to paint, you know how to do hair, you know how to make body butters, you know how to mentor youth, right? You know how to build houses, you know how to put together roofs, whatever. You know how to do that. You know how to sing, you know how to dance, you know how to vocal coach, but you don't understand business. And so that's what I'm telling you. You're going to take some time to start understanding business is right. Train your mind. You can train your mind. You can train your mind to understand the numbers. You ain't got to understand all the numbers. If you can learn enough, like what we're going through, like what we've been going through the past few weeks on how to put together an actual marketing budget, how to put together your actual marketing model for a rollout, baby, you're above 80% of the people out there. I'm not even joking. I'm not even going. You said you ain't got no talent. Oh girl, that's a lie from the pits of hell. You better tell the devil to send that thought back to where it came from. Everybody has a talent. Everybody. God gives everyone a talent. He gives some people more talents than others, but everybody has a talent. Everybody. Let me tell you this. One of my clients is Storm Monroe. I love Storm. I don't know if there's any Storm chasers in here. Storm is really, really big on YouTube. Storm has the gift of gab and he can entertain people. Storm doesn't have to sell a product. Storm is one of my clients that does six figures just being himself. He reviews TV shows. He talks about what's happening in pop culture, and he is entertaining than a mofo. Okay, that a lot of people wouldn't say that that's a talent. No, that's a talent to be able to get on a camera without a production crew, without a sound crew, without props, and be able to get up and hold people's attention for hours at a time and have them laughing and rolling and coming back. That's a talent. Okay. There, I have some clients, they're so good at recapping and talking about things. They are getting paid 5 and 6 figure checks from television studios to talk about these shows. Y'all ever wonder why so many people are vested? You said that's where you find me with Storm. I love Storm. I adore him. Everybody has a talent. Everybody, don't ever in your life. This is for everybody here. Don't ever say you don't have a talent. God gives every single person talents and gifts. Like I said, some people you get more talents and gifts than other people, but at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter how many you have. It's how you execute on what you got. You don't have to have 50 talents. As long as you got your one and you're working it well and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing with it. That's why in the Bible it says your gifts will make room for you. Do I coach someone on how to find their hidden talents? I don't coach Deranged Hobo, but I do have I have like an exercise that I have people go through, and it helps them find their talents and gifts. And it's free. We took it out the tree because nobody, for a long time, people were using it, and then people just stopped using it. So I just assumed everybody in the kingdom that wanted to use it used it, and I took it out the tree because nobody. But it's like a free 2-week course that you go through, and I don't charge people for it, and it helps you figure out your gifts and your talents. If enough people want it, I can put it back up there. But this is the thing, y'all not finna have me doing all this work and you not doing nothing with it. Cause people be like, I want it and don't do nothing with it. Like for my birthday, I took my follower to buyer training and I marked it down from $197 to $0. Do you know that we had thousands of people sign up for that and not even 10% of people finished it? And it was only 3 days. Baby, that hurt my feelings. Is it in Monetization Nation? I think it is Deranged Hobo. We probably can put it inside of Monetization Nation if it's not. That wouldn't be an issue. But yeah, that hurt my feelings. That hurt my feelings. I don't like doing. See, y'all have to understand when I do stuff like this, I'm doing this like literally out of my heart. Clearly, it's not for a paycheck, okay? Because y'all don't even be clearing the gift goal. Clearly it's not for a paycheck, okay? I get in here, half of y'all don't even tap or share the live, okay? So clearly I'm doing this, because I really want to see people win, and I'm doing this because I want people to be in a better position in life. But when I go through that much work and that much effort and I put up that type of stuff and I get my feelings hurt, I'll be like, oh, I'm not doing that no more. And I don't. Dr. E, thank you so much for my heart me. Thank you. So I'm just keeping it a buck. Okay. I'm just keeping it a buck. But the fact that you had that many people that didn't even finish a 3-day program, I was like, we're cooked. We're cooked as a community. We're cooked as a society, because people say that they want to have success, but they don't want to do the things that it takes to be successful. And there are so many people that are like, oh, I don't have money. So that's why I did it for free. I said, you ain't got money. You ain't got no excuse. Just get in here and take it. And this is going to help you make money. Then do it. That's why they ain't got no money. That's why you ain't got no money. Okay. A lot of y'all start stuff and don't finish it. I said what I said. You said free, when and where, never again. This all y'all get from me for free. And I'm about to drop a free content planner today, a free 7-day digital content planner with an authority blueprint. You said I'm down. I'm not. I'm gonna tell you. Said say it again. I'm not doing it no more. I got tired of getting used. I got tired of getting abused. I got tired of people feeling entitled to me and coming into my DMs talking to me crazy because I wouldn't give them a free audit or a consultation. I got tired of putting together an excessive amount of work that I should have been getting paid for and people not even taking advantage of it. I got tired of people not paying attention to things because they wouldn't pay for it. So no, my free service is when I get on these live streams and I do these sessions, and everybody that was here at the beginning of the session, did I not give y'all a lot of information that y'all have paid courses for, and they don't give you that information. So I do that. And then I told myself once a quarter, I'll put out a free product. If you want to go watch my YouTube, you can get that for free, and that's it. Anything else, nah, baby, pay for it. If you don't want to pay for it, then you don't want it. Period. That's where I'm at. that's where I'm at. You said right. That was the old Ashley. New Ashley don't do that no more. Y'all even took the fun out of me doing the holiday giveaways. I'll only be doing that for my customers and clients. I'll never do that again after the last time. And I gave away, what did I give away, y'all? Like $100,000 worth of, suck the fun out of it. I said, these are the type of people I'm attracted. I don't need to do this. And I stopped. I'm gonna tell y'all something is with you do too much free stuff for people, they will become entitled and then they will get to a point where they will become hateful and nasty because they feel like they deserve something. I realized I said I'm the problem because I put myself in this position, and these people feel that they have access to me in this way. That I'm gonna remove it. You said that's your family right now? Yeah. Dr. E, I used to do all kinds of wild stuff. I used to get on here and I used to just buy like people random lunch. I used to get on here. I used to do holiday bill pay. And basically, I would pay for people's colleges. I would pay for their mortgages. I would pay people's rent and stuff. It was about all of that. I stopped. When I say some of the people that need the most help are the nastiest people, and I decided I don't want to. I don't want to be around those type of people. I don't want to deal with those type of people. I don't want those type of people in my community. So I stopped. Ask the kingdom that's been with me for a long time. They remember I used to get on here and I used to give away free laptops to the point people thought I was sponsored by HP. And I was like, no, I was like, I'm paying for these out of my own pocket. When I do groceries with strangers, there's some areas I won't go to because the people will take advantage. And when I do groceries with strangers, y'all, I don't have no media, and then I just go and do it because people like literally sometimes people are trying to decide between do they have groceries for themselves and their kids or are they going to pay a bill. And literally, there were some neighborhoods we went into. The people were so kind, they were so grateful, they were so respectful, you know. And we would have to encourage them, like, hey, you know, get a little bit more. This is just gonna get you through the week. We're trying to get you through the next 2 or 3 weeks to, you know, help you out. And then there were some neighborhoods we went to. Oh, them MFers filling up buggies, four buggies full of food, trying to go through the self checkout and buy 26, 36, 46 gift cards. Just all kinds of crazy stuff. And then get mad with that, baby. I'm buying groceries. I'm not buying gift cards. So guess what? I ain't never been back to none of those neighborhoods. And sometimes they'll message me, and people will message me and say, "Oh, I see that you bought groceries for such and such neighborhood. Blah blah. Me and my kids got this. Well, baby, you better get up and bring your ass to the store." Well, it would be if you could just Zelle. I'm not zelling you shit. You want these free groceries, and you know I'm at this store because let me tell you this: when a black woman, okay, especially I'm statuesque. It's hard to miss me. I'm a big girl. Okay, I'm a big girl. When I show up at a store and people be like, "Oh, you go through that aisle, that woman over there buying everybody groceries." I promise you, the word spread in 15 minutes. A lot of times when I go to the grocery stores, once the stores get full, the store managers will lock the doors. And I do. I will buy everybody's groceries. Then I help bag the groceries sometimes too. But when I have people that are out here like doing stuff like that, oh, you didn't want to get up and come to the store, but baby, you didn't need them groceries that bad. Now, did you? did you? Right? So a lot of people, it's a mindset that keeps them from getting what they need. And at this point in time, I am very, very comfortable with only putting out what attracts the right type of people to me. I want to assist people that want to assist themselves. So that's why, like the people that were asking about Instacoin, if y'all are serious, that's why I said DM me. I will send you a link and I will get you the discounted price for Instacoin so you can come in. But if you're not serious, don't send me no link because you're gonna PMO me. Okay, the deranged hobo, I ain't got no problem putting the finding your gifts. I put that in Monetization Nation and help people. I ain't got no problem sticking that in Monetization Nation at all. Giving away, you know, a class for free like we did with Follower to Buyer, I probably will never ever do that again. I remember one time I put out I did a pay what you want, and I can't remember what the product was, and I put that the minimum cost was $1. No, it was $7. Do y'all remember that? I put that the minimum cost was $7 and it was like $1,000 product. And I put a minimum of $7. There were people getting in their stories and getting on their lives making negative like videos about me because they were like, well, if it's pay what you want, it shouldn't be a minimum on it. Why would you want to pay me less than $7 though? You see what I'm saying? Like, I had to put the minimum on there because of MFers like you. Why would, if you feel that way about it, don't get it. Don't get, I was giving out $1,000 in courses, trainings, all kinds of stuff. You see what I'm saying? Yes, you remember that. Yes, it was a lot. So nah, baby, I don't be trying. A lot of stuff I used to do, like the people have trained me not to do that no more. Because I was like, why in your mind do you feel, why in your mind, or why in your mind, first of all, would you only want to give me $7 for something that costs $1,000? Why would you want to come in here and get it for $0 and at least doing like $1 or $2 to support the community so we can keep doing these types of things for other people? How do you get the link? Miko, it should be a little button that says Services Plus. Hold on, I'm gonna unpin it. It'll pop up across the screen. All you gotta do is DM, babe. Just send me a DM. Boop. It's there. All you gotta do is send me that DM, and then we can send you the link. But yeah, but long story long, honey, the people will teach you. Good Hair Goodbye says she truly gives away laptops. Yes. Then we would have people that would buy, like, we would be like, okay, we would take a bunch of our products and put them on sale for $25, right? Christmas, December 25th, we'd be like $25 sale. And then we would pull from different people that purchased. People would get mad at me when I moved on to another time segment. I'm like, if you didn't win, you didn't win. But these other people purchased. Why can't you be happy for the people that won? And you really won when you got a product or a program for $25 that should have cost you $400 or cost you $900. That was really the real win, because what's inside of there is going to help you make more money. But I realized they weren't interested in making more money. They were just trying to get a Versace robe or just trying to get a laptop. And then would go and send me negative reviews, and they would literally say things like, oh, I wasted my money because I bought this and I didn't win. And give me like a 1 star. And that's it. And that's why I have to have customer support. Because, baby, I cuss you out. I'm working on it. I'm working on ridding my mouth of that filthy habit. But, baby, I will cuss you out. And back in the day, I would fight you. See, I graduated from fighting people to cussing them out. And see, and now I don't want to be triggered that way, so I just rather not be around you, so I don't put myself in those types of situations anymore. Dr. E said it's okay. Dr. E, I'm just keeping it a buck. People would do that. There are people right now. Oh, I never bought anything from her, but I don't like her attitude in her live streams. Go leave me negative reviews because they don't like my attitude. Baby, they better be glad, because I tell you to go suck a dirty dick. Hey, anyway, bye y'all. See, I'm doing too much. See, you see how easy it is for me to slide down there. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are on the planet Earth. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with me. If it's morning time or daytime where you are, have a productive and a prosperous day. If it's evening time, get yourself a good night's rest. For everybody that sent me a gift, hold on, let me shout y'all out. Let me shout out everybody that sent me the little hearts. Pastry Addict, Pastry. I think Pastry sent me 7 of those hearts. Thank you so much. Rima sent me, let's see, 5 of those hearts. Thank you so much, baby doll. Apple user 8345491. Thank you, baby doll, for the heart. Glorious Locks, thank you for the heart. Thank you. Is it Derisa or Dressa J? Thank you so much for the heart, my love. Thank you. Thank you, everybody that tapped the screen. Thank you, everybody that shared the live. We had 171 of y'all shared. Thank you so much. Thank you for everybody that participated in the numbers today with the math. I know it can be intimidating to be doing math on the fly and for you to be showing your work. And, you know, it gives some people some anxiety, because I may say that, hey, you didn't get the number right. But that is how you learn. And so thank you so much for being willing to participate and to learn in front of everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you for everyone that ordered a planner. I did see notifications going on for everybody that got the 365 marketing guide. I also saw these notifications going off during the live stream. So thank you guys so much for everybody that got a 365 marketing guide. Now, I got a meeting I got to run to, and then I told y'all I'm going to get y'all a news update, baby, because there's a lot going on that we got to talk about, okay? No, it's okay, Dr. E. It's okay. And actually, I wish they want the popular gifts, but they don't have it, so we can set the popular gifts as a goal. It's so stupid, but they actually like the popular gifts. But anyway, y'all, Deranged Hobo, can you do me a favor? Send an email to customer support asking about the training that helps you find your talents and your gifts. Like I said, we have it. It's just archived, and that's not a bad idea. We'll stick it in Monetization Nation for sure, for sure. Just I'm gonna just need a little reminder because my mind be like, doo, 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 doo. So send an email to customer support and ask, can we put that in Monetization Nation? And we definitely can make that happen for you because, like I said, it's already done, and we can make sure that you guys get access to that for the free 99. It's a 2-week training. Just promise me you're gonna go through the training, okay? Other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow. Remember, either at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time or it will be after 10 p.m. If you sent me a DM, you'll see my phone number where you can text me. Text Ashley into that number. And when I go live with tomorrow night's training, you guys will be able to get an alert. And y'all will see me on Friday as well, okay? Love you guys. Y'all, please also remember the vid is on the loose, okay? And there's some type of weird virus that people are getting. And the doctors are saying people just have to, it just has to run its course. Please take your hand sanitizer and your gloves with you when you go to pump gas or to the grocery store. When you're at home, baby, put a little bit of bleach in that dishwasher. If you know that you don't have the strongest immune system, put on your mask, go to the store late at night or early in the morning when it's not a big crowd, okay? And y'all don't be out here kissing strangers.